ஹாய். ஸோ இப்போ என்ன பார்க்க போகிறோம் அப்படின்னா யூனிட் 3லேருந்து ஒரு 50 கொஷின் தான். ஸோ இது மோஸ்ட்லி எதை பற்றி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா டெல்லி சுல்தானேட்டை பற்றி தான் இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? ஸோ அதே மாதிரி இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு தமிழில் வேணும்னா கார்டில் லிங்க் இருக்குது, போய் பார்த்துக்கோங்க. ஓகேவா? இல்லை என் சேனலுக்குள்ளே போய் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இதே வீடியோ தமிழ்லையும் இருக்கும், இங்கிலீஷ்லையும் இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? ஓகே. ஸோ when did Delhi first become the strategically important as a center of political importance? 12th century. Under which dynasty did Delhi the first become the capital of a kingdom? Tomara Rajputs. Who was the Tomara ruler during the period of 1130 to 1145? Anangapala. In the middle of the 20th century, Tomaras were defeated by Chauhans. Option C. What is the plural form of Tariq? The histories were written in Persian under the Delhi Sultan. Tawariq. Persian was the language of administration under which ruler? Delhi Sultans. In which year Raisia, the daughter of Sultan Iltutmish, became Sultan? 1236. Why were the nobles unhappy with Russia's Sultan? Her attempts to rule independently. When Russia's Sultan removed from the throne, when was 1240. The authors of Tawariq mainly lived in cities, mainly Delhi. The term Manshab refers to a position or rank. Those nobles who joined Mughal services were enrolled as Mansabdars. In a Mansabdari system, the rank and salary were determined by the numerical value called Zat. What did the Sawar rank indicate in a Mughal military system? Savarna enadhu? Number of horses or cavalrymen. A Mansabdar received his salary as revenue assignments called Jahirs. How did a Mansabdar differ from Mukti? So, option C. Mansabdar did not actually reside or administer their jagirs. During whose regime was the revenue collected from a jagirs roughly equal to the salary of the Mansabdars? Akbar. What happened to the number of Mansabdars during the Aurangzeb regime? Huge increase. Why did a shortage in a number of jagirs occur during the later Mughal period? Increase in Mansabdars. The primary producer in a Mughal economy was in artisans and peasantry. What was the main source of income for Mughal rulers? Tax on produce of peasantries. The term zamindar was used by Mughals to describe all intermediary collectors. Zabt was a revenue system based on statistic data 10 years. A statistical data of crop yield and prices over 10 years. In which area was a Zabt was not possible? Option C. Gujarat and Bengal. Akbar's revenue minister was Todarmal. Who wrote the Akbarnama? Abdul Fasal. The first volume of Akbarnama deals with Akbar ancestors. The third volume of Akbarnama deals with Aini Akbari. Akbar empire was divided into provinces called Shubhas. The political and the military head of provinces was the Shubhadas. The financial officer in a Mughal province was called Diwan. Who was the Bakshi in a Mughal administration? Military paymaster. The Sardar was the minister in charge of Sardar in the minister, religion and charitable patronage. Military commanders in a district were known as Fauzdars. Akbar held the religious discussion in Ibadat Khana. The concept of Suj-i-Kul refers to universal peace. Akbar's religious policy was based on ethic, honesty, justice and peace. Who held the Akbar's frame the vision of governance around Shul-i-Kul? Abdul Fazl. Which later Mughal ruler followed Akbar's principle of Shul-i-Kul? Jahangir and Shah Jahan. Dogma is a statement or interpretation declared by authoritative with a respective explanation. It would be followed without any question. Bigot refers to an individual who intolerant of others' belief. At the end of 17th century, the efficiency of Mughal imperial administration led to commercial and economical prosperity. Despite prosperity, what was the glaring fact mentioned in the text? Inequality, poverty versus opulence. In Shahjahan region, what percentage of a total Mansardars received? 61% of 5% of a total estimated revenue. 5.6 approximately 440. So 5.6 அப்படின்னா 8,000 people எடுத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா அதில் 445 பீப்புளுக்கு தான் அந்த இது வந்து கேல்குலேஷன் வந்து வரும். ஓகேவா? As the authority of Mughal emperor declined, which provinces emerged as independent political identities? Hyderabad and Awadh. Option B. Which language is used to write Dwarik? Dwarik என்ன லாங்குவேஜ்ல எழுதுறாங்க? Persian. The circle of justice suggests that king cannot survive without soldiers. In a circle of justice, soldiers can only live on salaries collected from peasants. The author of Dwarik advised the ruler on the need to preserve ideal social order based on birthright and gender restriction. What was the modern era equivalent of a collector compared to a Mughal era? Mansabdas. ஸோ அவ்வளோதாங்க இந்த 50 கொஷின். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி சின்ன சின்ன 10 நிமிஷத்தில் ஒரு 50 கொஷின் MCQவாக போடணுன்னா நம்ம சேனலில் பாருங்கள். சாரி, நீங்கள் எங்கே எப்படி படித்தாலும் MCQஸாகவே ரிவைஸ் பண்ணுங்கள். அது டக்குன்னு முடிஞ்சிடும். ஓகேவா? பாய் கைஸ்.